grown-ups, this is everybody's favorite part. Just kidding. We're going to talk about emotional regulation, which is a fancy word for helping kids learn self-control. I have to say that when I talk to moms and dads and grandparents and other grown-ups that bring their kids to kindergarten club, this is one of the things that most families worry about. Will their child be able to follow directions? Will their child be able to sit still? And especially grown-ups of boys worry about this the most. Good news is most of the kids do better than you think. However, you can practice self-control in lots of different ways. Remember before when we said it's easier to practice a skill when you're calm and when it's neutral, not in the heat of the moment. So if you're in the store and you're not buying the toy truck that your child wants, that's a time where you have to step up to the plate, but it's not the greatest time to practice. So you can practice self-control with your child in ways that are fun when they don't even realize that they're working on this skill. There's lots of games, and they used to be pretty common when years ago. So you might remember from when you were little, there's a game called red light, green light. And when you say red light, the kids have to stop, and we say green light, they can run towards the person who's in the front. That's a great emotional regulation game. Lots of kids like to dance or play dance in front of videos or just listen to music. You can play freeze games. So you can dance, and then say freeze and see if they can stop their bodies and freeze. That's a fun one that you can do as a family together, and lots of kids like that. They have no idea they're working on self-control. In kindergarten club, we often make a little stop sign and a little go sign. So you can do that at home real easy. Just draw or write the word stop in red and then write the word go in green. And you can practice just running at the playground. Stop, turn it around, go, turn it around. Simon Says is a great game that helps work on self-control and emotional regulation. So Simon says, jump, 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 jump. Simon says, stop. See if they can practice those stop and start games. In kindergarten, there are many transitions throughout the day. So the teacher is talking to the whole class and they're coloring, and all of a sudden it's time for gym. And she says, stop, boys and girls, put down your crayons and line up. So they're going to get a lot of practice with that skill in the group setting, and positive peer pressure goes a long way, but you helping them at home with that will help as well. One thing you want to do is notice when they're doing something the right way, or when they're doing something well. So as adults, our tendency, and this is all humans have this tendency, we tend to notice the times when people are not doing what we want them to do, and we don't always notice the times that they are doing what we want them to do. So a rule of thumb for getting a behavior to increase is to have 3 positives to 1 negative. So for all the comments you say to your kids, and this goes for teachers too, 3 positive or neutral comments should always outweigh the 1 negative comment. And that's really hard to do if you start thinking about it. Also, another rule of thumb is to be very descriptive. So describe what you like about something. So instead of saying, oh, good job, Bryson. Good job. That was great. You're a good boy. You can describe specifically what you liked. So, wow, Bryson, when you were writing your name, I saw that you took a lot of time to make that capital B, and I know that was tricky for you. You've been working on that a long time, and now you're getting it. It looks better and better each time. That goes a much farther way. It describes what you want him to do, and it helps him internalize the behaviors that you want to see. So one more tip when you're praising your child. It's really important to praise the efforts that the child is making, not the success. At this age, process is more important than product. What that means is the experience, how your child's getting from A to Z matters more than the product. So that goes for a lot of things. Their artwork, even their academic successes. praise for efforts. Children who are praised for trying and for working hard are more successful later than children who are given prizes or praised for their achievement or their product. One of the most important things for being a good student and a good learner and successful in life is grit and perseverance. And that means you can keep trying. Even the smartest kids will falter if they don't have that trait. So praise for effort, not for product or success. Something else that is really helpful in children gaining a sense of self-control is to have some skills to communicate how they are feeling with you. So we tell children all the time, use your words, use your words. That's a good way of helping them know what they should do instead of what they shouldn't do. However, when we tell them to use their words, we want to give them a lot of helpful vocabulary to be able to do it with. So when it comes to emotions, one thing that you can do to really help your child is to help them develop a feeling word vocabulary. That means they know what the words mean, and not just happy, sad, mad, but really kind of give them some nuances to that. So you can show them with your own actions. So you're coming home from the grocery store, the cheap bags that they have nowadays rip and the groceries scatter. You can say and model, "Oh, that makes me feel so frustrated because the bags they have at the grocery store are cheap and they ripped and now I have to clean everything up. That is frustrating." Or if it's a rainy day outside and you wanted to take the kids to the playground, "I'm so disappointed. I had plans to take you to the playground and now it's raining, so we have to think of something else to do." So words like disappointed, worried, nervous, frustrated, concerned, furious because you're very mad. Those are words that you can use to label your own feelings or your child's feelings. And then books are a great way to practice learning to talk about feelings. So this is a cute little book about vegetables, and it has lots of different feeling words and different facial expressions. Feel secure. Ooh, that's a good word. So there's books that actually talk about feelings. There's books that talk about a bad day. Like, what are you so grumpy about? Or Alexander's terrible, horrible, no good, very bad day is another good one. And then there's books that aren't even about feelings, like Muncha, 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 where there's a farmer and the rabbits keep coming and eating everything in his garden. And that's a great way to talk about how he might be feeling. So your examples in your life, the examples in books, and labeling things that you see for your child, but try to remember to use lots of different feeling words. And then when a situation arises, your child will have more tools to help you understand how he or she is feeling.